ロサンゼルスドジャースの大谷翔平は日本時間25日、敵地アリゾナで行われたダイヤモンドバックス戦に1番 DH で先発出場し、5打数1安打1得点を記録しました。試合は延長11回の熱戦の末、ドジャースが5対4で勝利し、地区優勝へのマジックを1としました。この日メジャー復帰登板となった佐々木朗希は3対1とリードした7回に2番手としてマウンドへ。1イニングを無安打、無失点、無四球、2奪三振と圧巻の内容で抑え、チームに大きな流れをもたらしました。試合後、多くの関係者が佐々木の好投を称賛しました。ドジャースの地元放送局、スポーツネット LA も彼の投球を徹底分析。朗希のフォーシームは矢のように膝元へ刺さると表現され、制球力も抜群。さらにフォークは鋭く落差が大きく、球速、軌道、コースのすべてがハイレベルと絶賛されました。時速100マイルで沈みながら外へ逃げる軌道はシンカーのようだとも評されています。これらの模様を日本語字幕付きでご紹介します。
Today, activating Roki Sasaki off the injured list. He's been out since early May with a right shoulder impingement. It's taken him 4.5 months to get back. In 7 rehab outings at AAA Oklahoma City, Roki had an ERA over 6, 19 strikeouts in 20 2/3 innings pitched. To make room, the Dodgers placed Kirby Yates on the IL with a lingering hamstring issue. Now, the results weren't what Roki and the team probably would have wanted to see. Most of that was as a starter when his velo was down, but he's been throwing triple digits at times in his last few outings, and now he's going to get an opportunity, James, to be a relief pitcher. And given the state of the Dodgers bullpen, why not give it a shot, see what he's got over the final 5 games of the season?
Yeah, I mean, might as well make this an audition, right? See what he can do, see if he can throw strikes, right? I mean, we saw him struggle early on in the season. You know, obviously we had the shoulder situation, but you know, his mechanics, right? He's kind of got this little pause thing going on, and he kind of falls down the mound pretty well. But you know, when he has that forkball working, that's his pitch, right? So if we could see him in the playoffs in the bullpen, maybe you bring him in a situation where you know you feel like the hitters are swing and miss guys. I don't think you necessarily bring him in a big situation, maybe with 3, 4, 5 hole hitters. Maybe you bring him in the bottom of the lineup. Throw that fastball, show that you can, you know, throw that fastball on both sides of the plate to make that forkball look a lot nastier instead of the other way around a lot of times, because I think that's why he got in trouble with the control.
Yeah, I think you make him a 2-pitch pitcher out of the bullpen. I mean, that fastball and that forkball, occasionally the breaking ball, but really 2-pitch pitcher, air it out for that 1 inning. Listen, this is the time to do it. Yes. I mean, we got 5 games left. Obviously, we know the state of their bullpen. I know we've really kind of beaten that dead horse. Give him that opportunity. You never know. You might catch lightning in a bottle. Right. He's got elite stuff. Maybe he could be that guy to close out games.
Wouldn't that be interesting? And maybe we will see Roki, the reliever, tonight in Arizona. It's at least intriguing to think about the possibility of having him air it out for an inning, maybe 2. Right now, let's head back to Chase Field. Kirsten Watson joins us again live with more on Roki. Hi, Kirsten.
Hi, John. Well, first I should say he's not going to be the only starter who could be an option out of the bullpen tonight. You will also be seeing Clayton Kershaw. He does have the start on Sunday against the Mariners, but how he's looking at things, it's a very realistic option that he could be coming out of the bullpen come October. So he said that he had a conversation with Dave Roberts sharing that it could be essentially like his side work as he prepares for his next start. So he's also available. Dave Roberts talked about the 2 of those guys and what things should look like if they were to come out of the bullpen and what their role might be.
Convicted throws, knowing that it's going to be short bursts, certainly compared to what he's been used to. I just think that given everything he has for an inning or 2 at a time, and that's kind of what I see as far as kind of, and let the performance, you know, play out. Just go after guys, be on the attack.
You mentioned last night Kershaw being down in the bullpen. He was there stretching with the guys. What's the scenario that we could see him? Is it for length possibilities, or is there a real possibility he throws no matter what the scenario?
It would be 1 inning. Today's probably the last day before his start on Sunday. So for me, I have no hesitation pitching him in any situation tonight.
So first, just starting with Roki Sasaki, like Dave Roberts said, they really wanted to just see the conviction of his pitches. The velocity has been up as of late. He had 2 relief innings while he was with the AAA team. So for him, coming into this one, he has not done a back-to-back. So if they were to maybe get him out in this game tonight, he probably would have about 2 days down before they can get him back out of relief again. Dave Roberts did say that they would like to see at least a couple outings from him. Obviously, they are up against the clock with only 5 games left in the regular season. But at this point, considering all games essentially moving forward are must-wins, their magic number is at 2 right now. These are all great scenarios, as they likely will be higher leverage situations for Roki to see if he can step up in this position. For Clayton Kershaw, just again quickly, for him, if we do see him come out of the bullpen, it probably would have to be tonight, as they would start moving ahead, getting him ready for that start on Sunday, guys.
All right, Kirsten, we'll see how it all shakes out in the next couple days in Arizona. Thank you. And speaking of Clayton Kershaw, he's going to start that final game of the regular season Sunday in Seattle. Could be the final start of his major league career. In the meantime, we saw him in the bullpen yesterday, Jerry. He was available last night. He will be again tonight. And could you see Dave Roberts using him in a high leverage spot tonight in Arizona?
Not only can I see him being used in a high leverage spot tonight, but I expect him to be in high leverage spots in the postseason. He's used to doing it. He loves it, and he understands where we're at as far as our state of the bullpen. This guy wants to win. This is his last year. We all know that. He wants a chance at another ring, and he's going to do whatever it takes to get that ring.
Yeah, I mean, this is not your typical lefty out of the bullpen, right? This is Hall of Famer Clayton Kershaw. And if you expect it, Jerry, then I think we're all going to expect it. And I really feel like this is a situation where you can even go multiple innings, right? And I'm talking about the postseason as well, because he's not a guy that can just get lefties out. We know he can get lefties and righties out. He's built up as a starter. So why not see, how much depth you can get out of him when you need to? Maybe you can go 2-3 innings, depending on the pitch count.
Shohei Ohtani has not been able to figure him out. Shohei's 1 for 10 against Nelson lifetime. And even though he's a righty, one of the best in the league against lefties. We're all set. Magic number at 2 for the Dodgers to clinch a 12th division title in 13 years. Off we go with a fastball that misses high and in. Ohtani yesterday, the 6 scoreless innings, 1 run in his last 4 starts. And so he finishes the regular season with a 2.87 ERA in 15 starts. Could not have drawn it up any better. At the plate, took a walk to extend his on-base streak to 27 games. Either one of the phases by themselves would be eye-poppingly impressive. Just watching him as a hitter, we saw that last year. If you'd wipe that away completely, just watching him as a pitcher would be must-see TV as well.
Especially as of late. I mean, that's the thing. He's kicked it into another gear, Joe. He's never pitched in the postseason. And so the idea that we're getting so close, you can tell how much he's amped up his focus, going 6 complete innings just last night, and the stuff has been electric.
It's funny seeing an ERA and a 1-loss record under a hitter. 3 balls and a strike on Shohei. Just 1 run over those 4 starts. Seeing the postseason coming and turning it up. Video game-like stuff.
And all the pitches going right, too. 101 miles an hour with the fastball.
Strokes this ball in the air to deep center field. It is at the wall and off it. And one day after he fires 6 scoreless innings, he leads off with a triple. The one and only Shohei Ohtani, who does the Freddie and pokes Blaze Alexander in the eye. I don't know if he got him in the eye, but he got a piece of him and had to apologize.
Where this pitch is located, too. They're really trying to get in and up on the hands. End up kind of missing a little bit lower. He stopped even once. Watch it for a second. He hit it so high, Joe, but ended up coming down just below that yellow line. He thought he got it. In most stadiums, that would be out of here.
Boom. In the face. On a 2-0. Cracks one in the air to right field. Carroll steadies under it, comes on, makes the catch. Ohtani charges for the plate. Carroll's throw has no chance, and the Dodgers are on the board very quickly. Triple from Ohtani, sacrifice fly from Betts. 1-0 in the first.
Yeah, a little out of breath just sprinting for that triple. I mean, I'd love to see the sprint speed on that alone because we saw him watch it even for a second, Joe. Still got the third base easily, then coming in to score on the sac fly.
We talk about him quieting the running game down as he started to pitch this year, but by the metric of triples, he's turned it up with those career-high 9.
By the way, triple here, but home run in every ballpark except for here and Coors.
Wow. Wrong division to hit that ball.
Yeah, that's why he thought he got it. He's like, I kind of know when I do. 53 of them.
So it brings up Ohtani, and you said you wanted some data on the sprint speed. We got more than data. We got a video game version of him running on the triple.
Oh, yeah. This is a ball that was absolutely skyrocketed, but look at the sprint speed. Home to third at 28.5 feet per second. You're thinking, okay, what the heck does that even mean? Average is 27 feet. And so the fact that he's a foot and a half more in his coverage, it is elite. Not that it's a surprise. He's skyrocketing balls. He's hitting triples. On top of that, he can run faster than the average. He kicked it into another gear, too, once he realized that it wasn't going to leave the yard.
Bottom line, if he can throw strikes with his stuff, he can have a role. And Dave Roberts said there's no reason to carry him as a mop-up guy. So let's go see what he looks like in a tight game in a leverage situation. Backhand play, Muncy chucks it across the diamond to get McCann. Sasaki with some help from his defense for the first out of the 7th.
That's a huge, huge first out. I mean, first time you're pitching out of the bullpen, first time since early May. What you need is no one on base, at least to lead off this inning. Coming out of the bullpen, Max Muncy, who has had a great game at third base, makes a great play down the line.
That allows Roki to take his first exhale. 98 during his rehab stint. His recent one working out of the pen. 99 right here for a strike on Tawa. Still just 23 years of age, Sasaki. His 1-1 to Tawa. Swing and a miss. 98. Pitch from the devil. What in the world was that?
It says it's a 4-seam, but that thing had a run. I mean, look at it. Goes in on the hands. I like the pace, too. I mean, no time to think. I mean, literally just get the ball, let's go.
I mentioned earlier, Dave Roberts brought up the word conviction. He wanted to see that. So the body language you're referencing, that's a box that Dave Roberts wanted to be able to check in this outing. 2-2. Strike 3 on the inside corner. 2 gone in Sasaki's first inning.
Goes back to that location, the fastball. This time Tawa did not want to swing at it, clips that inside part of the plate. Rortvedt does a great job, by the way, setting up the presentation on that pitch to get it for strike 3.
This is the guy that broke Ohtani's record for the fastest pitch on record in Japanese high school baseball. 101 as a high schooler. That's when they started calling him Kaibutsu, Japanese word for monster.
Just the leg kick alone, I mean, that coming at you, then the velocity. And that front leg gets up. Very intimidating, especially knowing not just the fastball. We get excited about 100 miles an hour, but that splitter when it's going right is deadly.
Here he comes to the 2-1. Wow. That was the splitty, 2-2.
I'm just looking at Vargas's swing.
Hitters will tell you how good this stuff is.
I mean, look at it. Look at his reaction. Oh, man. Get out on your front foot.
These are 12 of the best pitches we've seen him throw in his very young major league career. Here's his 3-2. Wow! What do we have here? Wow! Roki Sasaki, as advertised all along, back from the minors out of the pen. Well, for the first time since the last day of the regular season in 2019, Clayton Kershaw will pitch in relief in preparation for a role like this in October. Done it in the postseason throughout his career. Did it a couple times as a kid, his first couple years in the major leagues. And then that last day of the regular season in 2019, getting ready to potentially do that in that postseason. And this is his idea. He went to Dave Roberts the other day and he said, hey, those 2 days, which would be my side work days in Arizona, I'll be available out of the bullpen. I can read the room. I see that I'm probably not going to start games for this team in the postseason. Let me go get a little bit of work in what my role may be.
So Clayton Kershaw, just seeing what the weakness is and doing anything he can to try to help.
First relief appearance in 6 years for Clayton Kershaw. Trying to send this game to the 10th. His payoff. Marte flies it to right center field. Edman's over. Edman dives and makes the catch. That ball kept on peeling away from Tommy Edman, but a Superman dive makes it a 1-2-3 relief inning for Kershaw.
Today, Blake Snell set the tone. The bullpen has had some struggles as of late, but when you see someone like Roki Sasaki or even Clayton Kershaw come out of the bullpen, how impressed were you with how they were able to step up in these positions?
Yeah, that was exciting for both of them. You know, first time Roki's been on the mound in, you know, a few months, and to look as dominant as he did is pretty exciting. Kersh coming out of the bullpen, giving us a good shutdown inning, and you know, and Robleski coming in and shutting him down in that last inning. It's pretty cool to see those guys come through in those big moments.
Because that was a wild roller coaster ride for the Dodgers, but they found a way to pull it out in the 11th inning. They lowered the magic number to win the National League West. It is down to just one. Jerry, we've got a lot to unpack here over the next 55 minutes. So what were your thoughts?
We won. You find a way to win. Listen, it wasn't pretty. Obviously, it was a longer game, but the Dodgers found a way to win a ball game. And listen, late September and October in postseason play, just got to win. Dodgers were able to do that.
We've talked a lot about the struggles of the Dodgers bullpen, and yes, they did give up 3 runs in the 8th inning, but Roki Sasaki looked fantastic in the 7th. Clayton Kershaw throws a scoreless 9th inning, and also Jack Dreyer, Blake Trina did the job in the 10th to send this one to 11 innings, Jerry.
Outstanding job by Kersh. Really looked really good coming out of the bullpen. How about Roki Sasaki? He looked dirty. Great job by him. We got some pieces in that bullpen.
And the Dodgers just activated Roki Sasaki today, and he pitched 1 inning, Jerry, and this is going to be his role going forward, at least for this year, where he's going to be a bullpen arm. You tell him, just air it out. We saw triple digits, and he looked nasty.
Here's the deal. I know there's fans out there. Why doesn't he go out there for a second inning? Remember, this is his first relief appearance in the big leagues. Allow him to have that 1 inning, gain confidence so he'd be able to do this in the future. Dominant, 99 there on the black, outstanding fastball at 100 miles an hour. He looked dirty, he looked nasty, but more importantly, had some attitude, had some swag. We desperately need him to have that. The confidence is there, and then we know Clayton Kershaw. King Kersh, outstanding job coming out of that bullpen. He told Dave Roberts, hey, this is my pen day. I don't want to throw in the pen. I want to come out and pitch in the ball game. He attacked the strike zone, got weak contact, and gave us an inning and allowed us the opportunity to win a ball game.
Yeah, I mean, he kept the ball down. I mean, that's what he's been doing since he's not throwing mid-90s anymore. Look at that ball. Another ball down, getting ground balls. He knows how to pitch. He's attacking the strike zone, and he still throws inside, even though he's not throwing as hard.
And here is this final outs of that 9th inning that sent it to extra innings. Great play by Tommy Edman.
Yeah, great play right there, laying out, knowing that Teo's over there. And Clayton Kershaw giving credit, like he said, he will throw so many different pitches at different elevations. And so the guys are like, you know what? They're late. They're late on 90 sometimes because they can't pick it up.
What I love about tonight's ball game, yes, we won the ball game, but James, you know this. In that clubhouse, yeah, we got Kersh going to be able to come out of the bullpen. Obviously, Roki Sasaki looked dominant. That is a plus. And Sheehan, he's going to be pitching out of the bullpen as well in the postseason. So there's a little bit of different type of buzz and feeling in that clubhouse.
We hadn't seen Roki Sasaki in a major league game in 4.5 months, Jerry, but he looked like he had a different element of confidence out there tonight that we hadn't seen early on.
He looked like a dude. I just love the command of the fastball. That forkball was nasty. We're going to go to the K-zone and break down his outing. We're looking for guys to be able to get outs late in the ball game. I'm telling you, we may have found a secret weapon. Look at the fastball, a dart at the knees. And I love that he's preset in his delivery. He talked about working on his lower half. This is a great play from Max Muncy. You're going to need defensive help. Outstanding job. But look, he's preset, able to use that back leg and really drive through to be consistent. Everything's the same. Just like a hitter, you want to be consistent with your delivery. Love the fastball command. Here's another look at that fastball dart at 99. And how about the movement at 100 miles an hour? Like a sinker running down and away. The Big Show is loving it. The entire team is loving it. But I love the poise. And I really believe this is a chance, an opportunity. Listen, the season has not gone Roki's way, but I think he sees the light up at the end of the tunnel, and he understands this team needs me. I can be that guy to air it out for an inning, maybe two, not just the last 4 or 5 games, but in the postseason. He could be that secret weapon. Love what I saw.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about timing as a hitter, timing as a pitcher as well, right? Getting under that leg, driving, and also taking his time. There was times earlier in the season it felt like he was a little rushed. He's like trying to throw a strike, getting that gather, getting that high leg kick. He said, throwing 100. We're going to take that out of the bullpen all day. It's an audition right now, knowing that I can be a guy. You know what? He can even close games. When you're throwing 100 miles an hour, I know he's young, and you talk about nerves, you talk about, you know, the adrenaline and all that. I want that adrenaline. I want that adrenaline, especially out of a young guy. Guess what? He knows, you know, playing in Japan, right? He's played in big stages. He's played in, you know, a lot of fans. He's had this before. I know it's different with the Dodgers, but he has that confidence. He doesn't get too high or too low. I like him out there.
Well, Roki, first, welcome back. Tonight, obviously pitching in relief, a successful outing. When you talk about like just the transition from being a starter to a reliever, what have you found just being the biggest difference, and also then now finding the success?
試合に行く前の準備がリリーバー短いので、そこら辺は、工夫がいりますし、先発と、一番そこが違うと思うので、そうですね、そこが間違くて、今日スピードも出てましたし、コントロールも良かったので、まずそこまで行くまでに、健康状態とあとはフォーム、このリハビリ期間に、ちゃんと調整できましたし、たくさんの、コーチとトレーナーに支えてもらったので、そこに感謝したいです。
How did you go about getting the velocity back?
まずは肩の状態が、万全になったのと、フォームしっかり修正して、自分のこの今の体でちゃんと球速が出せる、体の使い方というか、フォームを見つけることができたので、そこが要因かなと思います。
How ready do you feel to possibly pitch in relief in the postseason?
そうですね、マイナーで2回と今日実際メジャーで投げてみて、結果はいい結果が出ているので、そこら辺はすごくポジティブに捉えていきたいですし、あとは残りの試合で登板を重ねていい準備ができたらなと思っています。
Clayton, just we know the conversations that you've had with Dave Roberts and kind of with in between starts, what this could potentially look like come October. Coming out of the bullpen tonight, just one, how did it feel, and two, just kind of how the stuff is going.
Yeah, I mean it's an adrenaline rush for sure. You know, I think relieving is just it's a different animal altogether. You know, so you kind of have to figure out how to maintain your heartbeat and get going and. But it is a lot of fun, and it's fun to have success out there. So fortunate to get through that inning, and I don't think any of us really know what it looks like in October yet. But I had a long time off in between starts, so instead of throwing a bullpen, I just threw it in the game today, and I'll be ready to go Sunday. But I'm glad I could help out tonight, and big win for us tonight. Obviously, everybody threw the ball. Blake throwing the ball early for getting through 6 was huge for us, and biggest outs of the game were Jack and Blake in that big inning right there. So some big outs from some guys that we're really going to need, and it was great to be on the winning side of it.
It's been about 6 years since you had a role playing in relief. Just was this something that you wanted to experience before October, just to kind of get the feel and see how the stuff was playing? Like, was this a test for yourself,
I guess once it came up, it wasn't really the plan to begin with for me, but I didn't want to sit here for 9 days, so I had a lot of time off, and throwing one inning will help me get ready for Sunday, and if I can help out, that's great.
Is there anything different about relieving in a tie game of the night?
Yeah, I mean, it's just added to everything else that's different about it, but I'm glad I got to help in a situation where it was a big spot, and facing Marte there in the last batter, he's maybe the toughest out for me as a left-handed pitcher there is. So fortunate to get him to pop out. Tommy made a really good play there, and it's good to get out of it.
You kind of said the other day, like, you can do the math. It's sort of hard to sort of see where everyone's kind of fitting in October. Like, is this role you can sort of feel like you could fit into if need be?
Well, look, we have 6 amazing starters, and so it's just, I can do the math. So if I want to be a part of it in any way, and I'll do whatever they want me to do.
Well, Blake, just kind of looking at this outing, the pitch count got up a little early. Did it seem like this was kind of a grind for you to get through the 6 innings? And how did you find just navigating, kind of getting back on track in this one?
Yeah, early on, just learning a lot, reading swings, reading curveball wasn't really curving today, if you will, but it just wasn't breaking. And just had to learn, adjust. I was going to use it a good amount today, but I had to just adjust and learn, read swings, trust feel, and as the game kept going, just understand, what hitters are cheating to what. I could read a lot of their tells, which was great. Just really learning and just trusting what I had and believing it. And
in the last game you shared with us, just, when you do have traffic late in the game, you do want to get out of it. You feel responsible for it. Can you just share kind of what the dynamic was there in the 6? It didn't seem like Dave was going out necessarily to make a move, but just kind of that conversation.
Yeah, just talking, seeing how I was feeling, and I had total confidence that I could get out of it. Just felt really comfortable. I was throwing the ball good. Could tell started the game off with their best hit of the day and against me, and it was a curveball, and then Moreno hit a curveball back to, it's just, I kind of learned from it, and then had to move the ball around more and throw different pitches, but was able to just read it, understand it, and just grind through the game.
Just about where you wanted to be going into October, especially with the time missed earlier this year, just kind of the way these last couple have gone?
I don't know if it's where I want to be. It's where I should be. It's where I am right now, and I'm good with that. I've had a bunch of starts where I've learned a ton, and I'm excited for what's to come and postseason, and still have a lot to learn, but
Well, Dave, obviously that was an electric win. Can you just describe kind of the managing perspective, what this one was like?
That was like a playoff game. It was. Obviously, we're fighting, they're fighting, and we essentially exhausted everyone on the active roster, and guys made big plays and stepped up. We needed it, every bit of it, and just a great game to be a part of.
When you look at going into this game, we talked about Roki Sasaki, Clayton Kershaw being available out of the bullpen. What kind of boost could they bring to the bullpen, especially with what you saw tonight?
A huge boost. I think that right now, you're betting on people, and for me, I just I trust Clayton, and he did a great job tonight and got his juices going, and he picked us up big with a clean inning. And Roki, you just kind of don't really know what to expect. I think that him, taking the opportunity to go into the pen, something he's never done, speaks volumes for this organization. And what he did before to kind of get ready for this moment was really good. And I wasn't worried about him being the moment being too big. This guy has pitched in huge ball games his entire life, in front of his entire country. So I wasn't worried about that, and just wanted to see how the stuff played. And he gave us a big boost, and we'll see the next time he gets out there if he can keep building on this and build some confidence.
How different does he look than the last time you saw him?
He looks like a different person. I think that we've simplified things as far as the bullpen. It's an inning or two. I think there's just a lot more confidence, a lot more conviction, and obviously the stuff is up than where it was, earlier this year. And he's learned a lot from this season. Some of the struggles, the not being able to participate, the being in AAA, the rehab assignment, and to come back. He just wants to help. and I'm really, really, proud of his growth and, what he's done.
Did you have a chance to talk to him after the game? Like, I saw you kind of shook hands really strongly.
Yeah, no, I didn't talk to him. I think his teammates are really excited for him, and I just know that he wants to contribute. And so I didn't talk to him afterwards. I know, he knows he did a great job tonight for us, and just let him celebrate with his teammates. And it was a big win. It was a big, big team win.
First up, is some of these recent losses have been to absorb, like you talked about last night, to kind of use a pitching script like that, or use the pitching moves. But to use the moves that you did and see it kind of work out in that way. Like, how much of a kind of belief booster is that as you guys start to think about how you can win games?
It's great. It was huge. You look at getting Jack back out there, getting Blake out there, kind of getting Kersh's feet wet in the pen for this season, and getting Roki out there. So it was great. Offensively, we showed a lot of fight, and it was a lot of, I know the word resilience gets thrown out a lot, but it was a resilient win, a resilient group.
The Roki, what's going to be his next?
He'll be down tomorrow, certainly, and then he'll be available on Friday, and we'll go from there.
Did you try to use him like a more longer inning, or?
I don't know. I don't know. I think that, probably the 2 would probably be the max. But, this time with 2 days off, it was only going to be 1 inning. But depending on the rest, depending on how he looks, we'll kind of have the conversation. But I'm not sure. That's still kind of, as we say, it's fluid. We just got to kind of see, and I don't want to make any decisions right now.